Yo, what's up guys, Boss here, and I'm back with another YouTube video, and this time we're going to be playing some ladder using this new, very, I would consider it a broken, pretty OP graveyard deck. A lot of people are using it. We can see here, Jupiter King is 9th in the world. I think he was actually top 3, but he just didn't play the last few hours. And the reason why it's really strong is, as you guys know, Skeleton Dragons are really good. Barb Hut's really annoying for your opponent. You can keep stacking them, and it's super strong on defense. You also have the Royal Delivery, which gets a lot of value on defense. And then you also have the Skeletons kind of for fast cycle, but you could also try using Barb if you find that to work better. But I really like the Skeletons kind of for the faster cycle. So I'm not insanely high up on ladder. I'm, a little bit below 7K. I've been kind of, pretty stressed the last couple of days, a lot of things on my mind. So it's been pretty hard for me to, have a productive ladder session and push up. But we're going to try to push up and get to at least 7K using Barb Hut Graveyard. But before we get into it, we have a sponsor for today's video, Frag Pro Shooter. Frag Pro Shooter is the best shooter game of 2020. It's specifically designed for mobile devices and already has more than 30 million players. The rules are quite simple. In order to win, what you want to do is destroy the enemy's 2 bunkers, and then you'll be able to access their tower, and after you destroy their tower, you will be able to win. In order to do this, you need to collect characters. There's a huge variety of characters in this game. In fact, there's 80 different characters you can unlock, collect, and level up. They all have their own very unique purpose and ability. And once you find a few characters that you like, you can put together a deck of 5, make sure they have a strong defense as well as good offense, and synergize well together. During the game, you control one character, and the other 4 are controlled by bots. You can switch that whenever you want though. You also have the option of making it first person or third person. And now there's a new 2v2 mode. You get to partner with a random person or your friend. You get to pick 3 characters to use for yourself, and your partner of your choosing or random person will get to select the other 3. You work together to take down your opponents. You guys will also be getting free rewards if you use my link in the description. You'll be getting 1 golden chest, 500 coins, 50 diamonds, and all these things are worth $6. So make sure to download the game, guys. I hope you enjoy it as much as I do. Alright guys, make sure to check it out. The link will be in the description. Now let's go ahead and search for the first game. So I guess before we start playing, I'll address this is definitely a fairly passive deck. You typically don't want to make the first play. You want to kind of counter push off of what your opponent does. But if you have Skeletons in cycle or Barb Hut, those are like the only 2 cards you can cycle. But you don't even want to play Barb Hut right away. You want to wait a few seconds, and then if they don't do anything, you can start off with a High Goblin Hut. Make sure to play it, fairly high up, so then that way, in case they have like a Hog Rider or something like that, it gets kited. But otherwise, you can go for low Barbarian Huts if you know they don't have a Hog Rider or Ram Rider. Because anything else, it's pretty much always better to play lower Barbarian Huts. So this guy has a pretty interesting deck. I don't know what he has yet. He has Goblin Gang, Skarmy, and yeah, it's pretty weird. Giant Skeleton as well. It's some sort of bait deck, obviously. The question is, though, does he have like a building? Does he, what's his win condition? I guess that's kind of what I'm trying to figure out at this point in the match. I guess we'll Knight. We have Barb Hut in cycle if he tries to pressure us with something. He's going to go for an Ewiz. I guess we'll poison it. It could be risky because he may have... I doubt he has a graveyard, but you never know because it... Oh, whoa. Make sure to kite that, and wow, what an aggressive start from our opponent. He went for Giant Skeleton Skarmy at the bridge. Okay, we're gonna let that go because we're up in damage. This is something you have to do a little bit sometimes with this deck. It's fine taking a little bit of damage instead of... I think it's just better to get a Barb Hut up. I think that's just the better play. I didn't really want to play a Knight because it wouldn't have denied all the damage anyway, and it just would have prevented us from playing a Barb Hut earlier, and I think stacking Barb Huts is one of the most important things with this deck. So we could probably go in for our first graveyard here. because he hasn't really shown a very reliable counter to the graveyard besides the Skarmy and the Ewiz, and besides that, it doesn't really look like he has many counters to it. We can go delivery, and we don't get it off in time. It was really nicely played on his end, playing it in the front, because that kind of forces us to have to play our delivery really, really quick. I'm going to go Skeleton Dragons, because I bet you he might, yep, Skarmy. We're going to go for Graveyard now. We're going to Ewiz the Poison the Goblin Gang. I was going to say Poison the Ewiz, but he actually ended up playing a Goblin Gang. Muskie doesn't go in range of the bomb, so it's still alive. Gets a hit on his tower. Doesn't get a second one, unfortunately. It almost did. So if he goes in for a barrel, I'll be sure to... there it is. That's down in time, right? Yeah. But the Skarmy is getting a ton of damage. That's unfortunate. We're going to Graveyard again. He's going to Goblin Gang once again. Oh, he's got a rocket? Okay, that's a... Unless he has, like, a mirror, that's a pretty... All we need is a poison. Like, that's all we need. We got it down in time. Rocket doesn't do enough. That's definitely GG. Even, like, if the rocket got down in time, Rocket... I believe does 632, so he still wouldn't have won. And yeah, that was quite a weird deck. He kind of had some sort of bait deck. It's just what really threw me off is the fact that he had Rocket there at the end. That was weird. And I thought he had like a Graveyard earlier in the game or like some other kind of Wing Condition. I wasn't expecting his Wing Condition to basically be Goblin Barrel and spells. That's pretty much it. But alright, good luck. Reverse Gamma. We can just cycle Skeletons and kind of see what he wants to do. I don't want to play anything else after cycling Skeletons. As I said, it's important to be passive because this deck is better in double and triple. So pretty much, I'm fine just chilling if he's not going to do anything. I really don't want to split Skeleton Dragons in the back. That doesn't really do anything because they get like one hit on each lane if left ignored, so they pretty much don't do anything. There's no point in doing that. I don't want to cycle my Musketeer either. I kind of just want to chill. We know he has a Zap, so my guess is if he's waiting, this is probably a Sparky or a Giant deck. I don't really know, yeah, I really am not sure what else it could be, unless it's something a little bit off meta, but I think that's most likely what it is. We'll just kind of have to see, though. Could be Lava, too, now that I think about it. What I might do, I'm considering it, is when we get to about 130-ish, I might cycle my Musketeer in the back, and that's just because I think it's good making the first play, because you kind of get a free elixir, because your opponent needs to, like, think about what they want to do to respond, and they can't, like, drop something instantly, obviously. So, I'm going to cycle my Musketeer now. We're going to get about 1 elixir before he reacts. And yes, he's going to have Sparky. So, you know, this isn't really easy. What you need to do is you need to defense a Graveyard. We're going to poison. We don't need to defense a Graveyard because I thought the poison was going to hit the Musk, but it didn't. So, to be honest, that wasn't really the poison we were looking for. But I think we're okay because we have a Knight Skeletons. We're back to Skeleton Drags. No, it got a hit. We're not okay. I lied. Oh, that's not good. We need to go for like a low barb hut. Versus Sparky, you don't want to play it high. Oh, this is bad. I think we need to cycle 2 poisons on top of the Sparky. But this is just really, really bad. Sparky's not easy to beat. We have, did he just overcommit? Oh, wait. Poison. Poison. Musketeer live. Oh, he has arrows. I'll take it, though. Wow, that's aggressive. Wow, that's really aggressive. He even said oops. We're gonna cycle our poison. We haven't been playing defensive graveyards. I just haven't really found, I guess, the opportunity to play it. We kind of had to ignore the Skarmy for the time being because I was mostly concerned about the left lane since we had less HP. Sparky kind of got played right into the poison. Okay, I think if we just graveyard and poison, it should be GG. He knew it was over. There wasn't any way he stopped it, because if he played the Skarmy, like predicting the graveyard, it would have just gotten poisoned. So, not too bad. Was just kind of a not the best start. He got too much damage on my tower, and then I kind of had to play extra defensive, and I couldn't graveyard as much as I would have liked, but you kind of just want to cycle poisons on the Sparky. When you get into double, try to just cycle poisons when you're hitting the tower and the Sparky, because Musketeer isn't too hard to defend because you have the delivery as well as the Knight. It's just the Sparky and the Mini P.E.K.K.A is kind of your main focus, making sure they don't get to the tower. So we get back to 7k. You know, not bad, but we're still fairly low, a lot lower than I would like. So let's keep going. Probably play probably at least 2 or 3 more games. Alright, good luck. We can go ahead and just wait a second or two, and if he doesn't do anything, I'll go ahead and we'll cycle Skeletons, and then I'll go for a Barbarian Hut. Knight, there's no way he has like a Hog deck. So we'll just cycle a Barbarian Hut low. And he's going to have Archer. So this is Expo. Expo's kind of an interesting matchup. If they get a good Expo lock in single, you can lose because of it, but if you get to double elixirs and especially triple, and you don't have and they don't have too much of a Expo delivery, interesting. It's not something you see every day. So I don't know what if he even has a fireball. Then if he has a delivery, it makes me wonder like what's his spell at that point. We're gonna Knight. I think I got it down before the Musk got targeted. Yep. So he does have a rocket. In that case, we shouldn't be cycling Musketeers in the back from this point on. And we need to just be going in for Barbarian Huts. I should have played it 1 tile lower, to be honest. I guess it's okay, though. Tesla's not really going to get him much value. All it's really going to do is take care of the Barb. So, versus Expo, the biggest tip is you don't want to play any graveyards in single. That's how you lose. And since he has Archers, just a very good answer to the graveyard, we need to be really careful when we're going in for graveyards. So he's gonna go for an Expo. I think we need to just get a poison down. Barbs are tanking. That's really good. If the Knight tanks before the Expo locks on the Barb Hut, then we're chilling at that point, because then the Barb Hut, I believe it spawns another set of Barbs before the Expo Yep, that's what we like to see. So Expo is going to be completely taken care of. We don't need to worry about it. And now that we're in double, this is where we might be able to get a little aggressive. I think we can go ahead and play a graveyard now. And if he goes in for Archers, we'll poison. We're going to hit the Tesla as well, so a really nice value poison. One of the Archers gets outside of the poison, but I don't think it matters too much just because, wow, so very, very interesting Expo deck. I can't say I agree with Expo 3 spells, unless it's Icepo, then you have NATO, Log, and Rocket, but he has Delivery. It kind of makes his cycle really awkward in my opinion. So definitely an interesting Expo variant. I've never seen anything like it. Barb Hut's going to be enough of a distraction. I really feel like we don't need to worry at all, because keep in mind we still have 2 barbarians that spawn out of it that are going to continue tanking. So we're completely fine. And if he goes in for another Expo, we'll just go for another Barbarian Hut. And at this point, we're in an amazing position. As I said, Expo, if they win, like if they get a huge lock in single, that's pretty much the only way you lose the game. If you can get till double and triple elixir, you're typically fine. 2 more barbs spawn out. Nice, nice, nice. I think we can let the Expo just let it be. It should have enough tanked for. We'll go for a Musk. Spawn 2. Nice, nice, nice. Alright, we'll go for a Knight. And I think... Oh my gosh, I thought he was going to Expo in the opposite lane. I didn't expect him to Tesla. We can just leave that be. The Skeleton Dragon's still getting value. We need a poison. See, this is where things get a little dicey. We need to try to get a Barb Hut down as soon as we can, or else we're in trouble. It's not over yet. In triple, he cycles insanely fast. We'll try to prediction Musk. Well, we caught a Tesla, but I was hoping we would catch an Expo. Let's go for a Graveyard. He just cycled his... Ooh, interesting Expo. No, GG. I couldn't get the Barb Hut down in time. Unlucky. That's the thing. They just need 1 Expo lock and they win. And if you saw my cycle, nothing I could do there. So we didn't necessarily make any mistakes. Kind of the unluckiness of the cycle was what got us there. I couldn't get the Barb Hut down in time. Just barely didn't have the elixir. I needed like 1/10 of a second to get it down, and unluckily for us, we just weren't able to get the Barb Hut down. Because delivery, I mean, is not a reliable way to stop an Expo. If I cycled it, I fear I wouldn't have been able to. But you see, it's not too bad. You just need to try not to get into a bad cycle. And I think, believe it or not, triple I thought was easy to defend, but clearly it wasn't, because he was able to spam Expos, and eventually he was able to outcycle us. So I don't know. Maybe I was wrong. I thought triple was easy, but maybe it's double, which is the easiest, and then single and triple are a pain when you're versus Expo. I think maybe that's what it is. I don't know. But, you know, it was unfortunate regardless. Especially this Dark Prince connecting to my tower as well. I wanted to delivery both the Musk and the Dark Prince, but clearly it didn't really work out. I think he's using Graveyard or RG. He has a faster cycle Graveyard deck, so if he is using Graveyard, this isn't that good of a matchup, to be honest. However, if it's RG, it would be okay. But if he is using Graveyard, this isn't that good of a matchup. Because he's got the faster cycle, and Dark Prince gets him a lot of value. So, I don't know. It ain't going to be easy, that's for sure. At least our delivery this time is going to get value. Okay. We have a chance for counter push here. We're going to Graveyard, and then Poison if he uses Skeleton Dragons on defense, which he did. So, let's get the Poison down. They're not going to stay inside of the Poison, unfortunately. Yeah, this is definitely a tough matchup. We'll try to Skeleton Dragons and Delivery. But as I said, the reason why this is tough is his cycle is so much faster. And I feel like our Barb Hut doesn't get much value in this match. What we need to do is Barb Hut, like here, to kind of help defend the Graveyard. Very tough, though. I mean, we'll see what we can do. Very, very hard. The Dark Prince is what makes this so difficult. Huh. I guess we'll split Skeleton Dragons. It's not looking good, though, guys. We need to get, like, very lucky to win this. That's the only way. His cycle, man. It's so quick. That's the problem. We can't outcycle his poisons, and he can outcycle ours. That's what makes this hard. We'll try to stack another Barb Hut, see if we can somehow get lucky, but it's not looking very good. Very aggressive, but I don't think we can stop that. Yeah, GG. I'll do one more. We gotta end on a win. Ah, that was tough. I tried my best, but the issue with that game is because he has such a fast cycle, I can't really ever win. How it works is the faster cycle graveyard deck beats the heavier graveyard deck every time, unless the one with the faster cycle makes a major mistake. Otherwise, they always win, because they're never going to get outcycled, and you as the heavier graveyard player, you can't outcycle them. It's just physically not possible, because you have to cycle more cards to get back to your poison than they do, and that's what makes it really, really tough. But here we go. This is our last game. Let's see if we can win this one. He has Skeleton Dragons, so I don't know what this is. A lot of decks have Skeleton Dragons. Night Witch, so maybe this is Golem. This deck has a really good matchup versus Golem. Happy reversing Golem. If you guys didn't know, the Barb Hut is basically good versus every kind of ground deck in the game, such as RG, Giant, and Golem. So this is definitely a good matchup for us. Happy to get this matchup. Night Witch goes down. That was really good. If the Musk lives, I might... Actually, let's get a Knight down in front, and then let's go Skeleton Dragons. I'm going to hold off on the Graveyard, just because this is enough of a counter push, and with him being... Oh, wait. I'm going to Graveyard as well. After that Goblin Cage, he's low on Elixir. Nice. Is this Tower Down? It could be. It's Tower Down. Incredible start. But you can see, the reason why it's so good versus Golem is Barb Hut, great, such a good defense, and then you poison Delivery the Night Witch, and they just have no chance of breaking through. We're going to continue playing defense. We're going to Barb Hut in this lane. If he Golems in that lane, it'll still go for the Barb Hut, so we don't need to worry about that. Even if he were to Golem in the corner, the Golem would still go for the Barb Hut, so that's the optimal placement. We'll cycle a Musk. We can go for a poison on his Night Witch, like we did before, and then go Delivery. We're going to need Skeleton Dragons since our Barb Hut got killed, but because he Lightninged, he's not going to have much Elixir to support his Golem, so this is going to be a pretty easy defense, I feel like. He does have a very nice NATO, but we still have enough for Musketeer, and he doesn't really have enough Elixir to support it any further, and Night Witch is such an easy... very, very easy to kill, especially when a Golem's not in front of it tanking, but just by itself is very, very easy to stop. So he got pretty close to, well, we still have 1200 HP, but he made it fairly close, good attempt to take her tower, but with such a good start we had, there was really nothing he could do to come back. We'll go for another graveyard, and that's going to be GG. So, yeah, I think that's going to be it for the video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. You know, I'm pretty low right now because, as I said, the last couple of days, I've had a hard time sleeping. I'm a very, well, so I get anxious, you know, sometimes, like, you know, anxiety or just stressed in general sometimes when I'm trying to relax and fall asleep. And if I don't get enough sleep, I have trouble playing Clash Royale. Like, obviously, kind of like anything, you need to focus, right? But I'm going to start seeing what I need to do to be able to fall asleep easier and, you know, try to relax myself before I go to sleep, and I should be fine. But hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure to like it if you guys enjoyed it. Subscribe if you're not subscribed already. Let me know what decks you guys want to see me, you know, try to, you know, tomorrow try to untilt with further. There's a lot of other good decks in this meta. Let me look at my deck slots here, see if there's anything. You know, RG's the best deck in this meta right now, but, you know, just let me know if you guys have any recommendations. Maybe I could use Giant Graveyard. You know, just let me know. But anyways, thanks again. Until next time, guys.